Hello my dear friends, you're on the Military Summary channel. In this short video we're going to discuss events that took place in Sudan and in Ukraine during the previous 24 or 10 hours. And first we're going to start with Sudan. Sudan is a Central African country, and as you know, recently there has started very heavy clashes, and we can say that some kind of civil war started in this area. And there are a lot of events took place in this area. It's very difficult to understand what exactly is happening there, so I try to analyze, read a lot of sources, and I will try to give you a short piece of information, so to give you a basic understanding, basic explanation of this conflict, at least at this first video about Sudan. First of all, you need to understand that there are two fractions, the official authorities, official Sudan authorities, and the second fraction is rapid support forces. And when talking about the global scope, about the conflict between the NATO countries and, let's say, Russia, China, and so on, these two fractions are supported by separate camps. For example, the official authorities are supported by the Russian forces, and the rapid support forces are supported by the NATO countries like United States of America and so on. And for example, what kind of events did take place in the past? For example, the official authorities promised the Russians that they will be allowed to build their own naval port on the bank of the sea. As you can see, Sudan has access to the sea, so they were promised the Russians to build this the naval port. And for example, when talking about rapid support forces, they have access to the gold, to the rare minerals of this territory, and they were using the airports for trading and doing their own stuff. For example, the rapid support forces has around 100,000 soldiers, and according to the piece of information we had, the real reason of that conflict was that the official authorities required the rapid support forces to join and become a part of military forces of Sudan. But the head of rapid support forces said that this action will lead to the situation when he would lose his power. So that was the base of the conflict. Furthermore, in the middle of the previous week, the head of rapid support forces had meeting with the representatives of United States of America, United Kingdom, and Norway. And 3 days later, we see that they began their a small civilian war in this area. There are a lot of areas in this Sudan, but the most important clashes are around airports. And for example, there was a very heavy clashes in Khartoum, in the capital of Sudan, and as you can see, the main clashes was in the central part in the vicinity of airport. First, the rapid support forces reported they established control over this area, but later the official authorities reported they managed to push these forces back and they returned control over airport. For example, the rapid support forces established control over the airport on the north of Sudan. Furthermore, they established control over the airport on the west of Sudan, and there are very heavy clashes, and they told us that they also, rapid support forces, established control over the airport in the south. So as you can see, currently this is the first day of the civil war, and the main thing is to establish control over the infrastructure and so on. Also, there was very heavy clashes in the vicinity of the radio station and media station, and as I understand, the official authorities managed to establish control and to block the media station and radio station, and now they control the media sphere, and they are able to give their own opinion about the situation. So that's it about Sudan. Let's move further. Now let's talk about Ukraine. As you know, this night was the Easter night according to the local time, and the bad piece of news is that Ukrainians during the Easter night attacked Donets, the central part of Donetsk, with the MLS systems, and they launched around 20 missiles right exactly in the central part. There's an icons of fire in the central part. As you can see, some icons are located in the vicinity of main market, another icon in the vicinity of the school, and the same icon, the first icon, also in the vicinity of the main church, where this night was like Easter Eve, where there were a lot of people who were trying to celebrate the Orthodox Easter, and Russians are saying that as a result of that missile attack, one woman was killed and 6 people were wounded in the vicinity of the church. So it's a terrible attack, and we condemn this attack anyway. When talking about other front lines, the Russians published some videos from the western part of Bakhmut. They were showing about some kind of evacuation of the civilians in the northwestern part of Bakhmut, but without any changes on the ground. So as you can see, furthermore, the Russians published just a few videos about some abandoned equipment along the Kupiansk-Liman front line, and the Ukrainians continue attacking, just artillery duels and nothing special. So as you can see, the night was pretty calm, just with one exception about the shelling of the central part of Donetsk. And that's it about the short update. Military of Summer channel reminds to condemn any violence in Ukraine. Thank you for watching, subscribe to my channel, put your likes to my Patreon, and have a good day. Bye bye.